Welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Herb Man T.
Spectate.
I'm feeling real good. Feeling like I never knock on wood. Studying my health, I think you should. Be a better you every day, keep it true. I'm feeling real good. Feeling like I never knock on wood. Studying my health, I think you should. Be a better you every day, keep it true, and be held accountable. All right, now on to the show. This is odd. That's odd. Where is that coming from? Oh, okay. Yo, Z with the three. What's up? What's up? I'm back on doing my lives. Your comment showed up before it said you were viewing, so that was odd. I'm like, are you coming from Twitter? This is weird. Yeah. So if you didn't know, I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter doing this broadcast, as well as TikTok. What's going on, TikTok? Yeah. So if you've seen the title, today I'm going to talk about utilization, stomach problems, edema, and gout. Yeah, what I'm sipping on St. John's Wort, rhodiola root, and holy basil. I realized the other day I kept mentioning how the lights were drying me out, and it was a combination of the lights and rhodiola root, and I forgot. I forgot it did that. But yeah, so something for the nerves, something for the adrenals, and that's basically it. Yeah, I gotta push the screen down some so I can see if TikTok on there. Thanks for the like, Ghost. Yeah, also too, like and subscribe. Forgot to mention that. So utilization is one of the four main processes. Utilization is as it sounds. It's how the body utilizes its chemistry. Side note: I gotta start working out, getting this neck bigger. I want a fat neck, strong neck. So when dealing with utilization, you have to talk about the central nervous system and the endocrine system. Other systems as well, but I'm going to focus on the central nervous system and the endocrine system. And I'm going to be brief. So, central nervous system, it involves your brain, spinal cord, your cranial nerves. Then from there, you have your peripheral nervous system that branches out. Then it leads you into your autonomic nervous system and your somatic nervous system. When dealing with your autonomic nervous system, there's a link to the endocrine system. The brain of the autonomic nervous system is your adrenal glands. So a lot of us are fatigued, tired, low self worth, low self worth, self low self worth because we have an adrenal gland weakness. All right. So a little bit about the adrenals. So your adrenal glands are responsible for producing and releasing the following essential hormones. I'm just going to name a few. So you have cortisol, aldosterone, and adrenaline. All right. So cortisol plays several important roles. It controls your body's use of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. A lot of the times when we run into problems such as gout, high levels of uric acid, something's going on with the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are shot in some way, or the liver isn't functioning properly with producing its cholesterol. Because when you're dealing with fats, fats are there to help cushion things and protect things. And when our fats aren't doing their job properly, then you're going to get things like edema occurring. So, water is another thing that the body uses to help combat a state of acidosis or an accumulation of waste in a certain area. So, to bring it back in a full circle, if your adrenal glands begin to get weak or your utilization begins to run into a problem, uric acid could build up, most definitely. Aldosterone plays a central role in regulating blood pressure and levels of sodium and potassium in your blood. and adrenaline fight or flight response. It's also known as epinephrine. Some of you may know it to be epinephrine. What happens when we enter into our fight or flight mode? The adrenal gland sends a signal to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is located inside your brain. The hypothalamus sends a signal back to the adrenal glands. Well, the hypothalamus sends a signal to the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland then sends a signal back to the adrenal glands, or to the adrenal glands, letting the adrenal glands know, hey, start kicking out the cortisol. And this happens every single time we enter in fight or flight mode. You know, whether you think you're going to get mugged on the street, lose your job, even the excitement, pay raise, all that stuff. So I don't know. Is he going to give me money or not? Is he going to give me a bonus on my check or not? So some great areas for the adrenals. I got a million tabs open. All right. So I mentioned an herb earlier. Right now I'm drinking on rhodiola root. It is also known as golden root. I keep forgetting that. Every time I think of golden, I think of golden seal root. But whenever you want to heal, I got to find a different word, because they're going to start tripping over that word. Hold on. Where's my paper? I don't know where I put it. I think I was right the first time. Yeah, here we go. Let me get my cheat sheet. All right. Whenever you want to bring balance, there we go. Whenever you want to bring balance to the adrenal glands, think of an action known as adaptogen. Adaptogens help the body adapt to stress. Whenever you are dealing with stress, the adrenal glands is something you must focus on. So rhodiola root, it has effects on the nervous system, and it can enhance physical endurance and sexual potency, improves thyroid, thymus, and adrenal function, and protects the nervous system. Another great herb for the adrenal glands is Siberian ginseng. You may hear me saying or calling it erythro root. It is an adaptogen and general tonic, immunomodulator, and stimulant. And Siberian ginseng is an adrenal adaptogen and increases mental alertness and physical endurance. Now, I know I didn't mention any herbs for the central nervous system, so I'll just say some here briefly. You have skullcap. Hold on. Yeah, I did put some up here. Yeah. What happened was I was unable to pull up some herbs that could help with a buildup of uric acid, what they call gout. But actually, I did have some for the nervous system. Yeah. Gotu kola, one of my favorite ones. So gotu kola is great for the nervous system, any type of problem, neurological problem, peripheral nervous system problem, etc. It is a detoxifier, relaxant nervine, peripheral vasodilator, nervous system tonic, and much, much more. It's an herb that revitalizes and strengthens the nervous system function and memory. Yeah. Excuse me. A revitalizing herb that strengthens nervous system function and memory. I don't know why I want to say it's a revitalizing herb. That just sounds way better. Revitalizing. It's also great for skin conditions as well. Actually, I have some on the shelf somewhere. Gotu kola. It's pricey too, but definitely a must-have herb if you're having any type of neurological problem, or you just want overall, you want better nervous system function. With all this mental health stuff going on, definitely a herb you want to have. All right, another herb I had up here for neurological problems or nervous system problems is St. John's wort. The reason I laugh because there's a lot of interactions with St. John's wort and medications, so this tends to be frowned upon. But it is considered a antidepressant, nervine tonic, and vulnerary. Most useful, useful, most use, most useful in mild to moderate depression, seasonal affective disorder, anxiety, and various model form disorders. I'm not familiar with that. Model form? And it says neuralgia and myalgias. Oh, never heard of that. Model form. You never heard that before? Cannot be attributed to organic disease. Oh, they have organic diseases now. I thought all of them was inorganic, but maybe that's just me. All right, moving on, moving on. Let's see any. All right, next up. All right, so I had a question here. Hey, my sister's always complaining about not feeling good and how much her stomach hurts. The doctor doesn't think anything is wrong but being overweight. She's 4'11 and 250. She doesn't eat pork, most sweets. She's just big. My concern is she's literally sick all the time, feeling some type of way. Any root for how she's feeling? So yeah, if your stomach is hurting, you could definitely be combining your foods wrong. There could be inflammation in the stomach. My tea is almost gone. Don't worry, I got about 3, 4 more cups left anyway. So it could be inflammation in the stomach due to poor food combining. Also, because she is so short and overweight, to me, that's a sign that she has a pituitary gland weakness as well. The pituitary gland deals with your growth hormones, which could be the reason why she is 4'11", could be in her genes. So, and sick all the time, poor kidney filtration. If you're feeling sick all the time, you're definitely lymphatically stagnant in multiple areas in the body. Could be a lot of, I want to say agglomeration, blah, blah, blah. The colon is jam packed with waste. So she's not eliminating properly as well, because if you're having a pituitary gland issue, that could be a domino effect, and you could potentially be having a thyroid weakness as well. Because if you're talking about being overweight, the thyroid may not be, I just say, heating up the body enough to help burn that fat off. Also, the body could be accumulating all this fat to help fight a state of acidosis as well. So it's a lot of things could be happening, but a simple fix would be change what you're eating, start to get those kidneys to filter so you can get that lymphatic system moving out all that waste. I mean, it's great she doesn't eat pork and most sweets, but you want to generally stay away from protein, period. You know, carbs, simple sugars. Carbs and starches are two different things. So when I say carbs, I'm not talking about bread. I'm talking about fruits, specifically fructose. I'm not talking about glucose. So what I know I mentioned in the title, stomach problems. So a greater for the stomach, you have marshmallow root. Marshmallow root is great for the entire gastrointestinal tract. Another grader for stomach issues is meadow sweet. Meadow sweet. You have, let me see here, meadow sweet. think I should start closing off some of these. All right, yeah. Metal sweet is a diuretic, astringent, and anti-inflammatory. Has specific use for peptic ulcers, both as a prophylactic and as treatment. That's all I wanted to read. Now, edema or swelling. Oh, what's up? Good. It's good. Feel go good. Maybe I should have been a kicker back in high school, but I wasn't. I was a DB. All right, moving on to edema. Swelling caused due to excess fluid accumulation in the body tissues. Edema can occur in any part of the body. So you have the kidneys reabsorbing water and pushing it to certain areas. And the kidneys could be getting a signal from the pituitary gland to reabsorb this water. The pituitary gland is responsible for sending out ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. So the pituitary gland could be weak and the kidneys could be weak. So when fixing any issue, you want to think holistic. You want to understand or get a grasp on everything that is involved with your problem. That's why when people say, what is the best herb for X, it's like, it sounds like you want a quick fix and not really want to deal with the problem, but more so treat the problem. And I'm not into treatment. I just want to fix it. I'm all about solutions, and it's a holistic process from what you're eating to taking multiple herbs or using multiple herbal formulas. So, for example, I mentioned the pituitary and the kidneys. So, of course, with the kidneys, you want to focus on the entire urinary system. With the pituitary gland, you want to focus on the entire endocrine system. And then you have things that's attached to it, such as the nerves, such as the blood, etc. A great herb for the pituitary gland is Vitex berries. It's a pituitary adjuvant, so it can be used to enhance the pituitary gland. It is also known as monk's berry. A great herb for the kidneys is couch grass. Can be used to help break up kidney stones, and it's also a diuretic. Now, gout, the buildup of uric acid, same thing, kidneys, as well as the endocrine system, or definitely want to make sure you're focusing on the pituitary gland, but understand the cause. Why is so much uric acid being built up? You're not eating the right foods. Everything you're eating is taken from you. Nothing is adding to you. It's just it's taking away all your hydration. It's basically starving your cells. Now the body is taking whatever it has, whatever fats it has left, or can't keep up with the amount of fats it needs to make in order to combat the state of acidosis being sent or that is rising in your joint areas. And that's just, inflammation in general. Why is the body inflamed in certain places? Whenever you're dealing with heat, you have to look at the blood. The blood is warm. The blood is going to send itself to these areas to feed these areas. But if you're not putting the proper nutrition inside the blood, what is the blood putting in these areas besides more heat? Then on top of that, you have the blood that's being sent to these areas. While the blood is being sent, you have waste trying to leave these areas, but guess what? The waste can't get out. Why? Because your kidneys aren't doing their job in filtering. Not only that, then the lymphatic system is backed up. And whenever you're talking about the lymphatic system, you got to focus on the skin and you have to focus on the kidneys. So it's just a domino effect. No matter what problem you're having, you want to focus on the lymphatic system. All right. I think that's all the time I have now. Yeah. Oh, he was running back and middle linebacker. Let's go. Yeah. Me and my middle linebacker were good friends. Good friends. I wasn't that big, so I was definitely relying on my middle linebacker to take out that fullback. I wanted no parts of the fullback. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Please tell me you organize your tabs into categories. Yeah. So what I did, each section on my tabs, I have the topic and then 2 herbs. And then topic, 2 herbs, topic, 2 herbs, topic, 2 herbs. Yeah. So yeah, this is only the beginning. So I definitely want to make sure I have the organizing part down. And also the things that I'm mentioning about the herbs. I'm not trying to go into too much detail and lose people, because I want people to take something away from this, you know. And same with these problems as well that I'm mentioning. It's all very simple to fix. You just got to have discipline to fix them. But this is where I am going to end the podcast. I'll be live again on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if you want my schedule, it's Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you all for joining. Peace.
I'm feeling real good. Feeling like I never knock on wood. Studying my health, I think you should. Be a better you every day, keep it true. I'm feeling real good. Feeling like I never knock on wood. Studying my health, I think you should. Be a better you every day, keep it true. And be held accountable for everything that you do. Be surrounded by the ones that are loving you. Growing never sink unless you sinking in the shot. While you in the 4th quarter and the haters sitting watch. They don't wanna move.